Sometimes when you live in an agricultural environment, paying attention to nature is essential to understanding your own deep philosophies of your own mind. And I've always compared the mind of man to water. And I will always compare the resilience of the human spirit to that of a tree in winter. And I always say that the weakest apples fall first. Even in the cold environment of winter, and even in the harsh environment of the ice and the frost, there are some apples that simply refuse to fall. So if you take into consideration the philosophy and what it means, there are some people in difficult situations who constantly make excuses, who constantly make up nonsense to exclude themselves out of their own responsibilities. And these trees represent that in the mind of myself and a lot of other people who live in these kind of environments. We see it and we study nature around us and we come up with our own conclusions based off of that. But this is a prime example of such a case. People always tell me they cannot do things because of the environment of which they are brought up, where they live. It's not physically possible to grow food where I live. And that to me is conforming, not just to your environment, but to conformity itself. And I think when you do that, you do yourself a disservice. And you're also not paying attention to what is around you. These apples, by right, shouldn't be here, but they are, and they're hanging on. They're hanging on despite their environment and despite the conditions and the circumstances of said environment. Yes, everything falls eventually, but it's about self-discipline. All the lesser apples are at my feet right now, and so are the lesser human beings. So hang on to your branch, and don't quit so easily.